Good. Hello, everyone. It's Dean Regan with New Thought Tuesdays. And today, have you noticed for some of us that it seems a little bit dark? That feeling of heaviness? Maybe there's a lot going on in your life. Maybe there's a lot going on in your family's life. Maybe there's a lot going on in your country's life. And sometimes the feeling tone of that can be like, what the no, this is a problem. No, let me point to the problems going on here because we've got some problems here that I want to be very clear about that are and as we go down the problem path, our feeling tone, our faith, if we turn down the problem path, we're beginning to turn away from the facts of life, the truth that we study in New Thought. And as we choose to turn away from them and to go, no, look, this is hard. This is a problem. This is a warning, Will Robinson. And we've got good human reason to do. The more we throw that veil over the truth. Truth keeps being true. Light keeps shining bright. But we bring a little cloud that separates us from the metaphysical sun. So today we're talking about accessing that lightness, the true truth, and not faking it either, not going, everything's fine. It's spiritual BS. We're talking about accessing that light from within. Calming down and recognizing what Rich and I are calling that spiritual illusion of darkness. It's that veil, it's that limited belief on the human plane that just looks and feels so true. This is where our spiritual practice comes in. As most especially, to be honest with you, this most especially is where our reading and study comes in. When we have gathered with others to discuss these ideas, that you're able to talk with others about the ideas that you have, hear from them, mentors, spiritual leaders, New Thought Tuesdays, about what the truth is. And we're also going to talk about the metaphysical tools to transmit rather than absorb the world. You know, we talk about race consciousness a lot of times. Like, well, there's this race consciousness that is pressing in on me. Well, let's take a look at this race consciousness, which is the collective adding contributions of consciousness, the thoughts, the consistent thoughts that are launched out into our universe from all over the place. Fear, doubt, worry, blame, shame, regret, truth, Christ consciousness, love, peace, joy, kindness, compassion. These are all ideas. These are all energies that are in this race consciousness. And we can uplift this consciousness by bringing our own sense of what's really true. Love. Recognizing fear when you see it in yourself and in others. And knowing the highest and best good for them. And knowing specifically that highest and best good that you are looking for within yourself. So that's what we're talking about on New Thought Tuesdays. Hi, everybody. I'm Dean Regan, and I bring kind regards from Rich Smith, who will be here. I promise. Rich Smith will be here the instant he can be here. If he's not here, please know that he sends his love and that there is good reason on the human plane why he is not here. And there is great reason on the spiritual plane why he continues to contribute to this journey in such an important way. He's been and continues to be a wonderful spiritual collaborator. I just love him. In any case, back to our topic. So, sometimes I find that I will try to get things done, try to do them right, and do them quickly. I suspect it's with the intention of the highest and best good for myself and all beings everywhere. But a lot of times it just feels like trying to effort my way through life. And that's a great part of my spiritual practice, how I have been able to really shine the light on that kind of behavior when I launch into it and make a different choice. There are many things on the human plane that we have a choice about. And for Dean Regan, that's one of the things I have a choice on. Do I want to, got to get it done, got to do it right, got to do it now? Or do I want to lift that sense of human pressure and really focus on that light, focusing on the light, not the effort? You don't need to push the darkness away. You only need be present in the light. And again, that comes back to the idea of studying these principles. Get the Ernest Holmes book, This Thing Called You. It's a great book. It tells you more about this kind of stuff in a very specific written form, very clear. He said that, well, if you want to see what Ernest Holmes said, you can go into one of his books and you can see, but when the darkness seems to come up, and there's been a lot of love and light in our family experience here recently, and there has also been some deep concern that we have for the love of our community, the love of the members of our citizens, and all of the people who are in government, ladies and gentlemen, are also citizens. So please know when I say citizens, I'm just talking about everybody. And then our countrymen and our citizens of the world, people who have divine desire for love. I've been noticing a lot of expression of fear recently, of fear in leadership and fear in some of the actions that have been going on. And I don't have a clue about the intention or the origination of some of the actions. But I know that I can focus on the idea of love for all of the actors, all of the people that are involved, all of the citizens, and know in my heart and in my feeling tone and in my spiritual practice a sense of love. It is from that place that I listen. And it is also from that place that I take action. One of the actions that I take is we are continuing with New Thought Tuesdays. It is one of the things that Rich and I do well together. It's one of the things that we bring out into the world. And we do not take this information lightly. We take this information with much respect. And we are grateful for, and we also expect the respect of those entering into this conversation. And we are most appreciative as we stand in that place of respect for this knowledge, because it brings such wealth of goodness into my life. So just for a second, take a breath. Just while you're listening to this, obviously you're not driving any heavy machinery, you're safe, you're comfortable. Breathe. relax. In this quiet moment set aside, that is what awareness begins to look like. Now, did you choose to breathe with me? Did you choose to quiet yourself within? Did you choose to get a sense of that awareness? And if you did, those are choices that are bringing you in the direction of your own highest and best good and understanding it and relating with it and using it. That's the light. So wherever you are, shine that light. Mindfully be aware of it. Be aware of that light in how you treat yourself. And you find that you are feeling like you're in that dark emotional space, great. Name it. And use one of your spiritual practices. That spiritual practice that brings most comfort to you. And for those of you who might be new here, we're talking about prayer, meditation, affirmation, reading and study, tithing, service, forgiveness, thanksgiving, visualization, visioning. And journaling. Use one of those practices to be able to have a wonderful relationship with yourself in this moment where you're sensing there's a sense of darkness. And when you're in this place with yourself, how do you speak to yourself? Are you looking at the light? Are you acknowledging the light? Are you appreciating the light? Or are you focusing on that which is appearing to you as not light? For whatever you focus on, with the energy that you focus on it, it will continue to grow. That's one of the reasons when we talk about fear, doubt, worry, we don't focus on fear. Fear gets greater. We focus on, yes, this I'm feeling fearful, and I have a divine desire to experience and express love in this general way or this specific way. That's how you personally, you treat yourself well, and then you speak to yourself in these moments of apparent darkness, a life experience that's feeling dark. Now, light doesn't mean perfection. Light, well, light doesn't mean human perfection. Light does mean perfection with a capital P. For all of these God qualities, the love, the truth, the wisdom, the intelligence, the peace, the joy, the power, the energy, these are all God qualities. And indeed, perfection is one of them. Perfection is not perfectionism. Perfection is not a human condition. It is expressed through human condition, but perfection has more to do with wholeness. Perfection has more to do with wholeness. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a message here. Okay, great. Rich says hello. Rich is in the middle of a whole client event right now. Good for you. Anyway, let's look at the whole thing. We're talking about how you look at it personally, and you can integrate with it by the light, by experiencing and expressing that light as joy, as wholeness. And you don't cast out, you don't push against that which you're afraid of. You bring love to it. The love, the light, you shine the light on it. So when I think about a particular event or a particular person that I'm having some discharge of feeling separated from. I go back to the facts, the spiritual facts of what I know to be true, what I believe to be true for all beings everywhere and beyond this planet. And if there is love ever present and love available to all, then I know there is love available to this particular person or this particular event. And I focus on the love. And then I quiet myself within and I listen to the action steps. As I was saying earlier, for me, doing New Thought Tuesdays is one of the ways that I contribute to the love of the world, the peace of the world, the life of the world. That's how the whole living in concert with life practice that is my ministry. That's how I contribute, working one-on-one with people, with groups, with retreats, online, through using music, which I love the music, and music metaphor. For there is this harmony that comes in with spirituality, and it just melds for me. I'm bringing these ideas in so that we can each be aware of them in our own lives. Now, we're going to talk more about this in the inner circle. And I please forgive me if I go on and on. I just, as I often say, love this stuff. And I am speaking into a place within you that I trust that you're hearing, and that this brings something alive in you, that you reach out to learn more about it, to actively, proactively learn more about New Thought, ancient wisdom teaching. For you can't just listen to this stuff and let it magically take hold of you. At least that's not been my experience. It has magically taken hold of me. It has also required spiritual practice, dedication, deep honor and respect. So, as you're talking to yourself, as you're integrating this sense of love, are you radiating? Are you radiating love? Are you focused on that radiation of love? Authentic love. And then going back into the quiet, back into the peace, or bringing peace of your moment into your meditation and listening, what is mine to do? What is mine to do? The first question I ask is, how is this happening for me? Whether it's a welcome or a not welcome experience. And I identify that. How do I feel about it? Who am I to be? And what am I to do? And it really is a wash, rinse, and repeat kind of situation. It's very simple. It just may not be easy. Abraham Hicks said something to the effect of, I love when she does this. She said something to the effect of, you can't get sick enough to help the sick. You can't get fearful enough to help the fearful. You can't get poor enough to help the poor. Only your alignment with that sense of wholeness, abundance, spiritual courage is what makes a positive adjustment and positive expression in your human experience. Just become in alignment with that sense of wholeness, that sense of abundance, that sense of courage. Being in alignment. Stop, breathe, observe. And don't. And don't become obsessed with the darkness. Just shine the light. Just shine the light. Just shine the light. I wrote a song once called, I was in class, spiritual class with Diana Donaldson, and she was a TA, and I think Reverend Kevin Cottle was teaching, and she said, and this is decades ago, but she asked the question, what would love do? And there was something about the connection of that idea of love and the expression of action. What would love do? That for my person, and remember, I said earlier, got to get it done, got to do it right, got to do it now. That has been a challenge for me. That idea to infuse love into a doingness, yes. And so I wrote a song about it called What Would Love Do? Which even increased and added more to the delight of the universe. Like a soloist in an orchestra, you stay on pitch even if the others are dissonant. You stay on pitch and you pay attention to the conductor. And then you allow that vibration to move in harmony. If you're the only one out of pitch and you're the only one in pitch and everybody else in the orchestra is out of pitch, if they're all out of the pitch in the same way, you kind of move with that. And that helps to bring the music forward. Allow yourself to help to bring life's music forward by being in alignment with love, authentically in alignment with love. I reveal light. Say that to yourself. I reveal light. Now say it out loud. I reveal light. We're going to go into the, oh my gosh, we're going to go into the inner circle now. We are blessed to have you here. See you next Tuesday for New Thought Tuesdays. I'm Dean Regan on behalf of Rich Smith and myself. I send you love and light, recognizing that light is within me and eternal. Light is within you and eternal. Light is within us and eternal. Take action in line with that. We will see you next week on New Thought Tuesdays. Blessings to you all.